welcoming back to the show, Kevin Goatee. How are you, sir?
Good evening. How are you?
Good evening. Time to party.
Goddamn right.
Here from Gutting the Sacred Cow.
Yes, sir.
We got B-movie expert Tressa Slater. How are you, ma'am?
Hello, I'm doing great. How are you guys doing?
I cannot complain. And if I do want to complain, I'm not going to put it on this episode, but it's really fucking funny. Okay, so Tressa Slater is from Asylum Case Studies podcast.
That is correct.
You are an expert on any of the Sharknadoes and other Mockbusters.
I like to say that I know a lot about a lot of different things, and I am an expert at none of them. But I do love Mockbusters very, very much.
It's amazing how all this means something, and at the same time, it kind of doesn't discern people. So it's just best to do a podcast about it.
Exactly.
Ramble on about it. I remember there was a quote by those Asylum guys, and they were like, "We don't want to do rip-offs of movies." And that was back in 1997.
Yeah, that was before they really started digging their heels into Mockbusters.
Their success must have not turned out, and they realized, oh, I can do knockoffs of Matrix or Lord of the Rings or Star Wars, and someone's aunt or uncle from Tennessee is going to pick it up, and they're going to be like, take it back. Just take it back.
I think that Redbox came along, and they're like, oh, we can totally fool people with our fake titles and make a ton of money this way.
Oh, how dare you forget about the bargain bin at CVS or anything?
That's fair.
But that is a good question, though, because, like, so where do you guys, either you both think this is going? Since everyone's, if we're not doing culture wars, then people are doing physical media versus streaming culture wars. This is like, so how is the Mockbuster going to thrive now? How are you going to get ripped off now? Or even get into a simple Tombstone versus Wyatt Earp or Olympus Has Fallen versus White House Down argument?
I mean, streaming isn't going to stop people getting fooled by Mockbuster titles at all. I've had guests say, "Oh, I'm going to pick this movie because I've heard of this movie," and then they start to watch it and they realize, "Oh, I have never heard of this movie.
I fucked up. This is not the right movie."
Yeah.
Or they grab it and they think it's the porn version and go, "Oops, I guess I have to watch Deep Balls instead of Deep Impact or something like that."
Right, like that one Psych episode, Batman and Robin. Oh, wrong title, Sean.
My favorite, Eyewitness Nudes.
Yes.
Simple, yet comical.
Right. Well, simple is sometimes all it takes to fool any kind of dummy. So, and I mean, come on, there was Atlantic Rim as a Pacific Rim.
That's a good one. Oh, it's such a good one.
And
where did that even air? Not that I'm going to watch it. I'm just curious to know where something that awful would air.
I assume that if they're not just straight to Netflix or Amazon Prime, they aired on Sci-Fi. They usually air on Sci-Fi.
Yeah, and I mean, it doesn't take much for anyone to pull Roger Corman and then like release a title under a different alias.
Right.
Although Roger Corman did make the Fantastic Four film. Let's not forget that.
No.
Yes, the best one.
I mean, they're all equally shitty, so I'm not going to I'm not going to try and pick Nat shit out of Pepper because they all stink.
They all stink, but I'm just saying I could get it through this one versus those other shitfests.
I didn't even see that newest one with Miles Teller because I value my time. I don't know about you, but I guess you don't value your time.
I don't value my time at all. No,
I don't think I would be able to survive without the fast forward button. So. It just saves so much time if you can just see a cool looking shot in an otherwise just unwatchable piece of garbage. But yes, it is sometimes a chess game where you're just like, time, money, and
I'll bail out. I don't know why you would fast forward. If you have to fast forward, then it's time to just press eject and be done. I don't understand that logic at all.
It's basically,
is it gonna get better? No, it's not.
Well, yes, it does for me, because basically I watch the first 10 minutes, realize it's garbage, and I'm not going to survive the rest of this, but then I can say, I technically saw it.
Right.
You're only lying to yourself. Who are you shitting?
I agree with both of you.
I wait for HBO every time, because if I'm in a theater, I'm held hostage and I have to sit through the whole mess.
You're not. You can walk out. We're in America. Is this Russia, Danny? We're not in Russia.
But then I've wasted my money. So. You see?
What's more important, your time or your money? You've already wasted money. The money's gone. Now, do you say, this is like, I don't know, I hate taking insurance in blackjack, but if you got a 20, and you're a nice 20, like, I don't know, I think he may have 21, I don't know. You bet the insurance, I would walk out. I've walked out a few films. I have no problem walking out if it sucks. Then again, I don't make bad decisions that often where I am walking out that often, but I will leave because my time is more valuable. I'd rather waste $10 in 30 minutes than $10 and 2.5 hours.
Okay, so this is where.
Hold on, I gotta say something here. I 100% agree with you, but I sat through the entirety of Cats in a movie theater, and I feel like I have a deep-seated trauma from that. It hurt as I was watching it.
That's on you.
It is 100% on me. I wouldn't say nothing otherwise.
You paid to see Cats. You knew what you're getting into. It's not like you're like, I'm gonna go see Batman Forever, which fucking stinks. And then I didn't walk out of it. I'm saying I'm walking out of Batman Forever. Or you're going to you walked in and go, I don't know about it to be as good as 1 or 2, and it stinks. You knew going in that Cats was an egregious, panned piece of shit.
However, I love that kind of bullshit.
Okay, fair enough.
This one was
I love making fun of it, but
yes,
no,
and this one was just trauma-inducing. It was not even fun. And I love something that's so bad it's not even fun. No. But I do agree with you. It's all on me.
Well, the other problem is, again, you don't know it's going to suck until you're kind of living part of it. But yes, I do value both my time and my money. But I wait, again, for the cable TV because I'm not paying for each individual title. And again, I can skip it, turn it off after 50 minutes. The problem is if you're in the theater, you don't want anyone just saying, oh, you didn't actually see it, or technically,
Oh, who gives a shit if they say that? What do you care? Is there a chalkboard with tally marks on it going, well, look at this jerk off of here. He's got 15 less titles to his credit, his Letterbox ratings. Who fucking cares?
Well, Letterbox.
There's no cash prize.
Letterbox is the new IMDb, unfortunately. But yes, what I'm getting at is, put it this way. If you're reviewing it for your podcast, you're going to end up having to suffer through it again anyway.
Well, that's and that's one thing we do too. We do sit through the entire film in the podcast because, goddamn it, if you're going to choose it, I'm going to fillet. We sat through one of our guys. We had Jail Call Event, who's fucking funny. He decided in his 2 appearances, he chose 2001: A Space Odyssey, clocking in at probably 2 hours and 45 minutes. Then this asshole doubles down and takes Lawrence of Arabia, which clocks in at almost 4 hours. So that son of a bitch made us sit through 6.5 hours plus of film. No, spoiler alert, they both stink. And yes, but I sat through them both. Don't. They're not good. They're not. Lawrence of Arabia is beautifully shot. No, it's beautifully shot, but it's boring. And it's very dusty. You're going to tell me you watch it rewatch it regularly? No, you're not.
Yes, I do.
No, you're not.
Every time it's on, along with Die Hard. But yes, 2001. I had the.
You're going to compare that with Die Hard? Are you kidding me?
Yes,
it's not. No.
Excellent movies. But...
Tressa, what about you? Let's have a conversation amongst 2 sane people here.
Oh, okay. But yes, I agree. 2001 is garbage, and I do like how I was at a film studies class, and half the cast is really liking the part with. The HAL 9000 computer, and the other people are preferring the drug-induced coma last 20 minutes. And
with the baby in space, go fuck yourselves. You're just saying that because you want to seem smart. That's all.
Well, that's the other problem, and that's kind of where I am with the A24 shit. Is like Midsummer. I'm sorry, that is a Monos cash-in.
I hated that movie,
and everyone is saying you got.
I didn't like it. But it wasn't as bad as everyone says it was. I didn't despise it. I didn't like it, but I didn't curse its name.
It does have some good shots.
Yeah.
I've never heard anyone say they hate it. I feel like I'm the only person on earth who hated Midsummer, and it's refreshing to hear. Thank you.
Oh, no. My co-host hates it, and we had a few people who wanted to do it on our podcast, and I said no because no one's going to give a shit if someone takes apart Midsummer. No one's going to care. So
that is the other thing, because it's literally like a cult film, like the cult inside the movie. So it is kind of like one of those. Is like and again, it is kind of one of those. You just have to.
I wouldn't call it a cult film. It's God damn it, Donnie Darko is a cult film, and it stinks, but it's a cult film nonetheless. Midsummer is not a cult film.
So why do you think Donnie Darko just took off? Because like everyone likes to think
because people in the 2000s were dumb and wanted to have Y2K shit happen. That's going to, and wrap their arms around that. I rewatched it a few months ago. All right, did I ever see this again? And as soon as I remember Patrick Swayze getting busted with kiddie porn, I go, oh, I've seen this. And it's and yes. I rewatched it again and go, nope, not buying it. No, I am not. People loved it. People love that. People love Boondock Saints. And wow. Oh, watch a podcast. You'll see the reactions that we get.
Well, the other funny thing is how everyone's trying to do knockoffs of Guy Ritchie and Tarantino, even though they're all stealing from other people's movies too. So it's just
how about Guy Ritchie's trying to knock off from 1999 Guy Ritchie,
right?
Because he hasn't been good in a while.
Oh, he was never good.
Stop it! Lock, Stock is fucking great. Snatch is great. Everything else is up for debate. The Gentleman was okay. Wrath of Man was actually pretty decent. Different. But you listen. You could say what do you want to about everyone else, but Lock, Stock, and Snatch are fucking solid. I will not endure this conversation. I will not. That's silly talk. It's good.
Well, this is all silly talk. This is film.
You're right. Wrong room. Whoops.
But hey, no, you've had wonderful guests on your podcast too.
Oh,
I don't
thanks.
know how you got Kendra Sunderland, but it's just so funny. You guys
oh my god!
And you did a G-rated movie.
No, she chose the movie, and I never saw Land Before Time. That's like one kid, and I grew up in the '80s.
The Land Before Whatever Time is what I call it, because just like Puppet Master and Chucky, it keeps breeding.
Yeah, I didn't see any of the iterations, but yeah, I never saw that. And I go, this is a shit kid. I got to say, it's going to sound horrible, but if it ain't Disney, it ain't shit. Most like 90, I hate DreamWorks stuff. Shrek, I didn't care for it, but I get it. That's fine. But man,
that was before they sold out. So
right. But all those other like American Tail, like I remember I saw in the theater, go, all right. I never saw the second one.
I saw some other one too many times, and I was like, "It's not."
Five Goes West. Never saw it. Yeah.
I watch it.
But I mean, what else besides Land Before Time, other than like kids animated films that was not Disney? And I don't remember them any of them being good. Again, shout them out if you can pull them up. But
the direct-to-video Disney was pretty bad for the most part. But
I'm not counting that. I'm only talking theatrical release. I'm not counting Aladdin 3, where it's like the voice of fucking Potsy doing Aladdin or some shit like that.
Right, and then Robin Williams stops by for like 1 minute and utter bullshit.
Did you guys know, this is funny, did you know that Tom Hanks obviously did Woody in Toy Story? His brother does all the other knockoff shit.
Yes,
I knew. He does the toys, he does the games. He might, if they have like, the directed DVD stuff, he does those voices. But Tom Hanks like, nope, my brother does a good job and you can hire him for a 20th of the price.
He even does his running in all his movies. So there you go.
Oh, in Forrest Gump, that's right.
That's adorable.
Your least favorite movie, but sorry, but no.
Who's your least favorite? Your least favorite film is Forrest Gump.
I thought that was your least favorite.
Me?
Oh no, actually no, that was your favorite. I'm trying to remember.
I don't like it, but I don't. It's not my least favorite.
There's one podcast who hates Forrest Gump. I don't know why.
That one is one of the most requested. Even when we've done it already, is one of the most requested films that people want to try and take apart is Forrest Gump. It's already been done, but people.
It's already been done. So
we did it like at first, like 3 to 6 months out. Someone came on and did it.
It is what it is. But I've noticed even more. Like, there's a bunch of animated movies that are coming out like every 6 months, and they got all these giant voice artists. And there's never on my DVR. There's never any plot description for it. It's basically just so the parents have something to shut their kids up with.
Rated G for general fuckery.
There you go. God damn.
Fern Gully. There's another one that I didn't remember seeing as a kid. I never saw it. I heard it's not good, but all right. I didn't look at it, just popped in my mind. I'm not cheating.
It didn't help that Avatar was a knockoff of it and no one cared.
Yeah. But the ride is dope as fuck. If you ever get the chance to go down to Disney World,
there's that ride. What is that?
Dude, it's a VR thing where you just sit in there and you fly like you're on the back of one of those things. It is bonkers. I did it when it first came out. I waited 2 hours plus. I did it again, 4 years ago. There's a beer place right down below. I had 2 beers. I had my earphones in and my phone. I was listening to a podcast and drank beer while waiting in line. That fucking ride Slaps.
What was the ride? It was for
Avatar.
Okay.
It's in Animal Kingdom in Disney World.
So it's more entertaining than Aliens versus Avatar.
I wasn't aware there was Aliens versus Avatar.
It's a terrible, unwatchable mockbuster made by student film equivalents. I'm surprised Tressa hasn't heard of it.
No, I haven't. I only pay attention to Asylum right now. My brain has shifted only to this studio, and I apologize.
Well, speaking of versus matches, what should they do a stupid versus match of that everyone will see, regardless of it being fucked up and awful?
We'll see voluntarily or thrust upon them involuntarily.
It can be your spouse or a boyfriend or girlfriend invited you, or you're just like, that's just too stupid to pass up. I can't help myself.
Oh my God. A heads up fight I want to see.
I mean, are we talking everything has to be in the same franchise? Because, I mean...
It doesn't have to be the same franchise. Okay. Let's say in a perfect world, two studios got desperate and wanted to split the bill.
Well, now I have to know what's going on in the world of movies outside of bullshit. It
can be
so
a
it's
Freddy
hard
versus Jason stupid thing, or it can be Alien versus Predator. It can be, I don't know,
how about
Marvel versus DC?
Pee-wee Herman, Napoleon Dynamite.
Okay, so there you go. You'll get
the death.
And Pee-wee would curb stomp the shit out of him.
Absolutely.
Are you kidding? He already ran him over with his bike 10 minutes ago.
All right, I got a three-way versus. We get Nobody, we get John Wick, and we get The Equalizer. One movie.
Yes.
Super.
I'm down with that.
Totally.
By the way, Nobody, so underrated. So underrated.
So underrated. It was
I
so
thought
good.
it got enough.
Loved it.
Didn't it make enough business and reviews?
I don't know.
I think they made it for nothing. I mean, what's Christopher Lloyd charge for a 3-day shoot? Probably $750,000 in a case of Cracker Jack. I don't know.
Yeah. But, and Conan had Bob Odenkirk on, and he's like, "I'm going to be the villain in your next movie."
Yeah, no, Nobody was great. I love it.
So good.
Kevin's going to love this. SJWs versus Me Too.
Oh. And there's
this
one
would be a fun movie to get angry at.
Wait, and then it's in a warehouse, and the warehouse sets fire, and we all win.
The Kyles versus the Karens.
That's true. Let it all go up.
Let it all burn. Oh God.
How about this? How about Batman versus Superman? Can we do that?
Oh,
that sounds terrible.
Yeah. And you're ready. And you're ready for the end. Someone's going to say Martha, and that's going to send off a chain reaction. What do you think so far?
That's crazy. How would that even work?
Well, Bruce Wayne's mom was named Martha, and Superman's name was. I know. No one's going to pick up on that until we hit him in the nuts with the sledgehammer over that 15 times in the end.
That sounds fantastic. Let's do it.
They got the same.
Do I have a green light?
There used to be this great site that would basically take infamous movies and put all the bad reviews on the poster. They should totally, for the reissue of Batman versus Superman, remember this got the same. Remember this got the same score as The Room, and you would still watch The Room 5 times over.
Spoons.
Oh.
How about Harvey Weinstein versus Roman Polanski? I want to see that.
Oh yes, let's do that.
Don't forget.
You know why? Because there is no loser. Oh, you're right. That's fine.
Then James Franco and Ron Jeremy got to be the referees.
You know what did Ron Jeremy?
Yeah, but he was very.
You know what? You don't need to tell me. I get it.
Too late. Raped 80 women.
But did Franco, he wasn't above board. I'm just making sure that's crystal fucking clear here.
Oh, no, I knew he was a piece of shit. I just didn't know about Ron Jeremy.
I just didn't know he was in that level of scum that he needs to be thrown into the bottom feeder group. Like, yeah, he wasn't that good, but does he need to go down to general population kind of level of dirtbaggery? That's my question.
Franco?
Yeah.
Only Kevin Spacey versus James Franco will be able to determine this match.
Nah, Kevin Spacey's in that final rung of hell in Dante's Inferno. I can't co-sign that. Franco was bad, but is he that bad? That's my question. Like, who? He was bad, but not.
That's a good question, because I don't know. It's just like this just goes back to, again, like with our movies, is like, are they the worst, or are they just bad but not the worst? So that's a good question. I'm sure all these guys got way more skeletons in their closet that their attorneys pleaded to not introduce into court. So I don't know.
You know who I'm sure is very happy they're still not doing work right now during this whole time is Bob Barker and Richard Dawson. Those two play they are the grandmasters of grab ass and cucking out guys' wives in the game show on TV.
I mean, that was part of their job. That was the job description.
Oh man,
right. So who do we hate more? The puppets or the producers?
They bang so many housewives from Madison, Wisconsin, it'll make your fucking head spin. How about Ray Combs, who killed himself by bashing his own head in with a rock, versus, I don't know, who's another game show host that died? You have a very maniacal laugh, like the Joker almost, and like Mark Hamill's Joker laugh.
Oh, well.
Has anyone told you that?
I'm not sure if that's a compliment, but at least it's not Jared Leto's Joker, so that's good.
Oh, God. No, I'm not going to insult you. You invited us on our podcast, plus you like my show. Why would I insult you? No, I would not do that.
I can take it.
Well, find someone else to dish it, because I'm in a happy mood today.
Just mess with you. All right, so there's plenty of them out there.
How about Affleck versus Mark Wahlberg, two Boston douchebags? Again, no one loses. We all win.
Well, technically we lose because we're wasting our time giving these assholes money.
Who's saying about giving them money?
Right.
If we're watching the movie, we're just giving them money.
They'll do it for a box of Funkin' Dunkin' Donuts, all right, kid? Huh?
That'd be great.
You want a good laugh? I tell you, here's a drinking game. Every time you watch The Departed, you listen to one of those assholes say the word microprocessors, drink. That shit is funny.
I'd rather not. I'd rather watch the superior film Infernal Affairs.
It's come up in my queue. I'll get to it. Everyone says that's the must watch.
Yeah. Plus, DiCaprio, the best part is when he gets shot.
Stop it. Don't hate the Lord of Leonardo. He's just living the life that you and I ascertain to have.
I have zero jokes. I just can't get through unwatchable pieces of shit like The Revenant.
I didn't make it through that either, but doesn't mean he's not a great actor and also very entertaining in other films besides The Revenant.
I don't find.
Is that the bear one?
Yes, that's where the bear eats him or mauls him, and some would say rape him. Some would say rape him.
Totally.
Yeah, I remember that.
Didn't help that he had to share the screen with Tom Hardy. So I'm surprised no one's done a mockbuster of that. They should totally have that. Bear rape. Or something.
Man versus bear.
Man, right. That'd be a knockoff of Man versus Bear.
That sounds like a great gay porno that we're missing out on, folks.
Oh God.
Yeah, and it's gonna be all computer animated, and it's gonna look like
from the creators of South Park and Archer.
Yeah, it's gonna look like South Park.
Man Bear Pig versus the Revenant.
Tressa, you may have seen this. You. It sounds like I just met you, but it sounds like this is kind of up your alley. Do you ever see a movie called Grizzly or Grizzly 2, where it's a horror film of a grizzly?
You have to have seen this, Tressa.
It's very bad, but you said before,
but I haven't.
Yeah, don't rush. And it's about a murderous rampage bear. Surprise! I hate to really kind of tip my hand,
Clooney and Laura Dern.
But exactly. So then the thing though is the bear, when he would attack, it was about 17 to 35 cutaways while the bear would attack somebody. So to avoid CGI, like you had just stated, this is the way, as the Mandalorian would say.
This is the way.
Mm-hmm. So it's a lot of random shots of the bear in different places flailing around and cut together so it looks like a fight.
It looks like a bear, and he's like on his hind leg, roar, and the claws are out, and the teeth are stripped, and someone goes, ah! And the next scene, the bear, roar, and the next scene, there's like scratch marks and blood coming out of the face, and the next scene, roar, and the next scene, the guy's curled up in the fetal position, missing a leg or something.
You've seen more chaotic attacks on Animal Planet. My God. Oh, God. Grizzly versus
Timothy Chalamet. Done. Sign it up.
Damn.
I just keep winning arguments here today.
You are welcome to your own reality. But see, that's the fun of it. Oh, there you go. Reality versus opinions. Be a fun trivial movie.
That's called the internet.
Yeah, that's called Facebook
True,
and Twitter.
It's already been done. Damn it.
Right.
Rotten Tomatoes versus Metacritic. Either way,
I didn't know that they were beefing like the Sharks and the Jets. Did I miss something?
Either way, I just would find it entertaining just seeing how, at the end of the day, no one gives a shit what the critics think.
I did just cover, and it ended up being a two-parter because it was dense. Hansel versus Gretel. It wasn't good, but
So
You don't say.
Why
yeah,
are
it's
they
weird.
fighting again?
Oh,
Did
it's
Hansel
a whole
steal
thing
Gretel's
with
cookies?
the first
What
one.
happened here?
Like Gretel turned into a witch at the first one, so and then Hansel was a witch hunter, and it was. Just a
Oh
whole
my
thing.
god!
Yeah.
This sounds like all sorts of fuckery I want nothing to do with.
No, you do because it's awesome.
Really?
No.
Don't make me.
No,
Don't
awesomely
make me do
bad.
this.
Oh god.
Yeah.
So, what are the best movies that you've sent as a April Fool's gag to someone, knowing damn well they're going to hate the movie, and you will just be laughing your way?
Oh, best or the worst movies I've done that for, because there are no bests in this game. It's just you're gonna love this.
Like,
No, you're not.
you dug it, but you knew they knowingly well they would hate it for whatever reason. I'm
I
talking
don't hang
big
out with those
budget or low
people.
budget.
They're gonna love what I love, or they can get out of my face.
You already unfriended and blocked them. Perfect. Oh god, it's great.
Android Cop, that was a great movie. Hands down, I will say I think that's my favorite mockbuster that I've seen.
Which one? Werewolf Cop?
Android Cop.
Android Cop.
Let me guess. Is this circa 1987 RoboCop? Is that what we're looking at, or is this?
It was circa 2014 to match up with the remake of the 2014 RoboCop.
And I can bet that this film is already better than the 2014 version of RoboCop.
No, it wasn't.
100%.
No.
Yes.
Oh yeah. I don't watch. I will never watch a reboot of a film I thoroughly love, i.e., RoboCop, i.e., Point Break, i.e., Total Recall. I will never sully my mind with such shit. So I will take your word for it. Yeah, it was done right the first time. Right. Now reboots when they're shitty. When the original film is terrible, i.e., Dredd, because Judge Dredd was a piece of shit.
Dredd was great.
Fucking yes. Right, it was.
Dredd was excellent. The RoboCop remake was good because it found its own footing. It wasn't trying to remake the movie from point A to point B. And that's more than I can say about that awful Total Recall garbage, where they couldn't decide if they wanted to be a different adaptation or what have you. But
you cannot go from, and this is my sequel theory. As you've heard on our podcast, sir, my sequel theory, Tressa, is quite simple. I know it's not a sequel, but it goes in the same kind of parallels.
It's better than the RoboCop sequels.
You cannot have the original as an R-rated and then go to a PG-13 for the sequel or a reboot. That's rule number one. Rule number two for the sequel theory, you cannot have more than 10 years elapsed from one installment to the other, especially 1 through 2. All the steam is lost. Ideally, it's 3 to 5 years. That's the sequel theory.
What about Terminator 2? How do you feel about
7 years? Love it.
Oh, was it 7?
84 to 91. Yep. So a little bit right there before the 10-year mark, though, but a perfect film.
Politely disagree, but I understand the logic. Young Guns.
Excuse me. You cannot tell me that Terminator 2 is not perfect, because that's shit.
Either way, everyone thought it was going to suck, and it was great. But I'm just saying,
who said Terminator 2 was going to suck? Terminator 1 was amazing. So how could you think that by any means?
The first one got lukewarm reviews at the time, but was very well liked by the audience.
And when do you base your opinion on what critics have to say? Please say little or never.
At the time, it was a gamble, but they are good movies. Saying it depends.
James Cameron doesn't make bad movies until he did Avatar. So he's on
Titanic.
That. I mean, it made a fucking $2 billion or whatever.
I know, but when do we care when they make?
All right, but to my point, James Cameron from 84, I forgot, was Terminator his first film? If not, correct me. Let's just call it, for argument's sake, it is. From 84 to 97, when Titanic came out, that's 13 years. He did Terminator 1, he did Terminator 2, he did True Lies, he did Aliens. Right then and there, kids. That's a pretty goddamn powerful 4 horsemen in my book. And I know I didn't like The Abyss. I'll go out and say that. I'm trying to think what else he did. Yeah, didn't get that at all.
The rip-offs, Tressa, are very worth seeing.
They are. Agreed.
Leviathan and all those other movies.
And Terminator 2, I love that movie. I don't think I saw anything after that from James Cameron. I never saw Titanic. I never saw
True Lies?
Nope. I never
saw
that's
good.
And the best part about James is he made some of the best Roger Corman movies. Android has wonderful set designs.
Nice. I just like to have those movies in my head that I haven't seen with my own plots because they're fun that way.
Yes.
I forgot Alita Battle Angel. That he also did that.
I'm sure he forgot it too, because Robert Rodriguez fucked it up.
He also wrote Rambo: First Blood Part 2.
But he ignored his script, unfortunately. Damn you, Stallone.
No, we did this on our film podcast. Thank God he did, because he wrote him a fucking sidekick, a dude sidekick, who was supposed to be John Travolta.
Oh, I didn't know that. Well, so there you go. Yeah, that would have been rough.
I stand by the original Rambo 2, the second.
I love it either way. I'm just, I figured he was just writing more action adventure segments. I did not know he made that fucked up decision.
Google has Solaris on here. Did he write Solaris? I hope not. Very boring.
Yep.
Very boring.
Dark Angel was a good show.
I didn't catch that. He also Escape from New York. What did he do with that? Was he producer on that as well?
He designed the iconic set designs, like the cities are actually paintings that he did.
Nice.
Without it, the movie's so different. So definitely as much his movie as it is Carpenter's.
Snake Plissken versus Jack Burton. Big Trouble in Little China.
Ooh, that's nice.
Depends.
I'm team Jack Burton through and through. Nah, it's not even close. My book.
Either way, Kurt Russell wins. So.
I mean, I love Kurt. I'm quite the Kurt Russell fan, as you've known by our podcast. So yes, yep. not a far hill, not a bridge too far for me.
Well, I think you guys have pretty much summed up a lot of the missed out opportunities.
You know, if Hollywood come a calling, Tressa and Kevin, sounds like a good ring to me. How about you?
Tressa and Kevin.
Lock it up.
Live in concert.
Lock it up. How about the battle of the scores? As in, we could have John Williams versus Hans Zimmer.
There you go. Michael Giacchino versus Mark Mancina. There you go.
That's the B squad, my friend. I'm going to keep it A level here. Carpenter's another one.
So good.
And I'm missing another key one too.
Yeah. What's his name? The German guy.
Hans Zimmer, I said.
No, the other one.
Oh.
That's in my head that I can't think of his name.
Let's just say Alexander Desplat.
What films has he done? Do you recall?
No.
Okay.
Oh.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Danny Elfman. Come on, how did I forget that one?
Boinga boinga, baby.
Batman, Pee-wee, Big Fish. He did a lot. He's on the second rung for me.
Spider-Man, my dude.
No one watches Spider-Man and notices the score. I got to call you on that.
I do. That score is great.
I'm sure. I'm not saying it's not, but I'm not saying it's iconic like these other films that these other guys have done.
I've seen people reuse it for live events and everything. It's a pretty iconic score.
Do they play the Nickelback song too from Spider-Man?
No, because they got good taste.
What a joke that was.
Not who I was thinking of, but what about Vangelis?
That would be fun. Vangelis versus Tangerine Dream.
Oh yeah.
Tangerine Dream from Risky Business.
No, people know him from Sorcerer. My God, my dude.
I know from Risky Business. That's a catchy ass tune that plays throughout Risky Business.
Dude, get out more.
I mean, Risky Business is a quality film.
It's a good movie, but they aren't known for that. Known for all these others.
I don't know what Sorcerer is. What is this?
William Friedkin's
The Sorcerer
adventure film.
When did it come out?
This came out after Exorcist. Oh my God.
Not on my radar. Not that.
Just because it's not on your radar doesn't mean it's not great.
No. I'm not saying that, but I'll pose the question on fucking Gutting the Sacred Cow stuff and say, hey, does anyone diehard fans are very familiar with it? Because I whiffed on that. I wasn't a fan of like that whole. I didn't think The Exorcist was that good. Again, I mean, I saw it after the fact, but
because French Connection's the better movie, but it's okay.
Well, no one's going to argue that. No one's arguing that.
Free and the show are great.
Yeah, I think that I saw The Exorcist too late in life, and it was just, it's all right, I guess.
I mean, my mother. So I'll date myself. My mother said, it doesn't add. I guess it was out then too. My mother said when she was pregnant with me, that was in the theater. She was, I didn't want to see it when I was pregnant with you because I didn't want any kind of, issues because being from too scared.
She was part of the fearmonger brainwash generation.
And I watched it. I mean, I saw it, I don't know, let's say I was 13, 15, somewhere in there. I go, this This is what people were fucking clutching their pearls at, is a girl calling someone a cunt and spewing fucking pea soup everywhere and her head twisting. This is what people were. Nightmare on Elm Street, man. That'll scare the shit out of you long before this did, as well as Nightmare, the first Halloween. Sorry, not buying it.
It was nothing. By the time I saw it,
and the people who are hyping
nothing.
it up, they went to the movies when they were too young, so of course it scared them, and then they're just feeding off the nostalgia. So it's just like, yeah, but when you're a sane adult who's actually old enough to watch this, is this going to scare you? No.
Well, I mean, the bar was low in the 70s. I mean, Amityville Horror is another one. People go, oh my lord, okay, it's a true story.
God.
But then you watch it like, this is like low-level shit. Again, we saw it way after the fact, but we'll account for that.
And we're not woke or religiously influenced in any way, shape, or form.
Was there woke stuff in Amityville Horror?
I'm just making fun of the whole predicament of we're not reawakened or, insisting that we go to church and pray.
No.
We keep movies separate from reality.
Sane people do. Sane people don't. Read the Amazon 1-star reviews as we do in our podcast.
Yes, the best part.
And I love when people give a movie a 1-star review because someone said, "God damn it," they lost their shit. And go, well, Back to the Future. They used the Lord's name in vain. 1 star. What? That's a perfect film. Fuck you.
Well, no, I'm going to stroke your ego here, my man.
Thank you.
Cutting the Sacred Cow versus How Did This Get Made?
We're better than them by far. It's not even close.
Well, I was going to say that because you bothered to actually watch all the goddamn movies. I heard their Highlander 2 review. I was like, how did you not see Highlander 1 before you did this fucking movie? You have all the free time in the world. You guys haven't been acting in a while.
They were so good. No, Paul does stuff. They were. I love them, and then they went off a cliff. I couldn't listen to them anymore. I couldn't do it.
What was the end game for you?
Them?
Yeah.
They got too much politics in it, and it just got the way too much white guilt. I'm like, shut up. We're here to talk about films. That's it. We're here to talk about films, and that's it. And how you feel is your own business. Stop with every single week, and I tapped out. June is insufferable. Jason is the best by far. He carries the shit out of that show. It's not. It is not. Paul is just and his laugh annoys me. His laugh, such a pussy laugh. I can't stand it. June's annoying and whining, and their guests. A lot of their guests are a lot of improv people, and the improv people, they scream the punchline, and I fucking hate that. As a stand-up comic, I know it's like Hatfields and McCoys, but I hate that. But I'll focus on the host. They lost me with all their bullshit and
they don't do their research. It's just like if you're just reading off the research off IMDb, god damn it, we already know this. Your producers are supposed to find new solid facts that you're supposed to address. And,
is that what we're supposed to do? Because I do not do that.
Well, but they're a big, giant show with a budget, so I expect better.
Yeah, I do my show without a budget. I at least have 5 fun facts.
And again, your show writes itself because you're prepared. You have all this nostalgia and other factoids you remember growing up, so you've lived the movie before you.
We're taping in 30 minutes. I have 10 pages of notes on Batman 1989.
I'm telling you, dude, you have it all memorized by heart. No need.
These jokes, believe me, I always bring up those jokes and other shit and facts. No, you think I memorize this stuff? You're insane. No way.
But you could.
But thank you for the compliment.
You technically could.
I have 2 shows a week to tape. I cannot memorize 2 shows worth of notes and facts and shit like that. And Amazon 5-star reviews? No. I thoroughly appreciate your compliments. They strike my fancy. But I wish I could take the credit, but I can't and I won't. But thank you.
Well, I'm glad you're honest, but I'm just saying you do more than you realize you do.
Thank you. So now I'll take a bow for that. You're goddamn right. I think I do.
And yes, Tressa, I have heard your show, and it is good in that, once again, you're just finding just insane stuff about this wacky movies and having fun making fun of these.
I mean,
material.
I don't do anything is the thing. I just watch the movie and it just presents itself.
It writes itself, but your reactions really are just genuine and great. And other people, I've seen other people take on bad movies and they're more whiny than the awful characters in the movies, towards like, please, I'm tapping out. This is no fun.
It is a very fine line to do that. I completely agree.
Don't be the John Connors or Anakin Skywalkers of your damn movie. Please, shut up.
But I don't want to go to best. What was that line he said in episode 2 where he threw a fit?
I don't want to listen to Yeah.
Some of the Jedi Council. I go, oh god damn. By the way, episode 2, it's bad. The first half is terrible. The second half, not that bad.
I know.
like
I
it.
was disappointed in theaters. It's like it without that second half, this movie is dog shit.
Oh, it was as bad as one. I mean, again, we all saw episode 1, like, oh, it's pretty good. Then you watch it again, you're like, you watch it the third time, you go, oh, and the fourth time, you're like, God, I fucking hate this.
I can watch them all except for Abrams' dog shit.
What? All of them? No, I can't. I can't do 1, and I refuse to do 9. 9, I'm in the theater openly going, oh, this is bullshit. Like, I was so angry with 9. The preview came out, I wasn't even excited for it. I was so like, I'll see it, but I don't have much high hopes for it. It was so
I will watch
terrible.
But the problem is I will watch any Star Wars knockoff any day over Star Wars, just because Star Wars, just without Mando, it's just the franchise was already dead. It just, and why do you have to rip off the Dark Empire comic books and then kill it out of the canon?
They should have just taken the Timothy Zahn books and just started off there with 7, 8, and 9, and everyone would have been fucking happy.
Damn you, Kathleen Kennedy, all these other pricks.
I'm sorry, I don't do Star Wars. I'm so sorry. I watched the first sequel the first prequel in the movie, and I was like, no, I'm done now.
Tressa, you're doing it ass backwards.
No, I mean, I saw the first 3 that were
okay.
But the first prequel in the theater,
bad.
Fucking killed me. I was done.
It's all good.
I'll tell you what. Go. You want? I'll give you 2.
By the way, fuck you, Bill Cosby.
God.
Going on a limb there, are you, pal?
I'm sorry. I got to just throw all these pricks off the cliff.
I saw a guy. I work in the city, in New York City.
In the city.
I'll handle this. Thank you. And he had a hoodie on that said "Stop Crime." I go, I want to stop. I had to be somewhere. Otherwise, I would have decided to have a discussion. Go, well, then you become a cop. Or, yay, hero, good for you. Stating that, stop crime, good for you.
What a bold statement he was making.
On a limb. Listen, 0 opposition on that. Stop crime. That's cool. Stop. Oh, never mind. I'm not going to get into it. But it was just the
Let it out. Seeing you up.
No, I'm done. No, believe me, I'm done.
Okay, save it for your next stand-up act.
Yeah. Tressa, do you comedy?
Yeah, I haven't done it since last June, but I'm doing another fest in LA again, but I haven't done it. I got to get back out into mics and stuff.
I'll write some comedy, but I prevent people.
I didn't ask you.
Well, that's fine. I prevent the world from seeing my damn face. So
that's right. You do have your camera off. Why is that?
First off, my camera always acts up and has more bloopers than the internet. But yeah, no, you don't need
good save. Good save.
Curly hair face.
We could wear a burqa. Could wear a mask from Mission Impossible like Tom Cruise and just peel it off at the end of every episode.
I don't want to look like the ugliest Scientologist on the planet.
Oh,
is he the ugliest though? Really?
Yeah, you're right. Tom Hanks.
It's John Travolta. Tom Hanks isn't the Scientologist.
Oh, that's right.
Is Tom Hanks? Tom Hanks is Tom Hanks is not a Scientologist. Is John Travolta ugly? No, we can't. We can't say that. That's the case.
I mean, no. Maybe
no. I mean, he's not the guy who played Sherman in American Pie ugly, and that's for sure. If you think that he's ugly.
Well, all I know is they got Scientology blood. Whatever their steroids or other induced stuff they're putting in themselves, they're not really human either. So.
Don't you know they drink the blood of runaway teens? That's how they maintain their looks, guys.
Everybody knows that. Duh.
I mean,
if it's not J-Lo,
I don't want to say it, but I said to say for the listeners. I know you two, titans of industry, know that, but not the audience.
That's
right.
True.
That's what Will Smith was really trying to whack off various people's faces.
Oh.
You didn't see him whacking people in the face?
He's doing what? Whacking off on people's faces?
No, whacking people in the face. Oh my God, what a terrible image. Goddamn.
No, he's doing that while Jada's getting fucked. That's what his thing on the side of.
Next.
And Chris Rock is just deciding, maybe I should just hang it up.
Yeah, he's doing anything but that.
I already did a terrible Saw movie, and I said some more unfunny humor. Yeah. I'm good.
Chris
I forgot he was in that Saw movie that I didn't see.
It wasn't that bad.
It was pretty funny. Funny.
Because he said motherfucker a lot. Is that why? And Sam Jackson
just
did too?
the whole just various. Oh my God, we're not sure.
It overall wasn't that bad. Again, it wasn't good, but it wasn't that bad.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It was so bad it's good kind of movie. It was just a
I
fun,
wouldn't go that
trashy
far.
movie. Especially
fun.
when
I'll buy that. That I'll buy. Fun, trashy. Yes, I will buy.
Where the lieutenant is like, "I'm on your side." It just felt like 3 different movies all in one. It's torture porn for you. So, what do you know?
Tressa looks like you're writing a grocery list out right now.
I'm always. I need a pen, paper at all times.
Either way,
quart of milk, stick of bread, stick of butter, and a loaf of bread.
If either of you come up with a movie, I will gladly help crowdfund it.
We just did 7 of them. Were you fucking listening?
I know, but I'm gonna let you guys do the hard part, and I'll just answer.
You were just talking about how the one Saw movie was like 3 different movies or whatever. Okay. I don't see movies until it's way too late. So I just saw District 9 like last weekend.
Holy shit.
That movie was like 10 different fucking movies and they were all great. What was that? Sorry.
Some people can handle it, others can't.
Next week on Tessa's schedule, Avatar.
Nope, never.
Oh, Jesus.
Next week with Tressa is RoboCop. Die Hard 3.
I heard they made a remake, so I'm real excited.
Rambo 5. Why bother?
John Rambo, the last one where he was playing Home Alone.
The newest one where basically my daughter's been kidnapped by rapist drug cartel guys, and I'm gonna somehow blow up my own goddamn house. Last Blood.
It wasn't good.
Oh God, it was something. And I see other people saying the plot was so original. I'm like, this is like Death Wish 1 through 5.
It was Home Alone. In the end.
Home Alone meets Death
It
Wish.
literally was Home Alone.
Home Alone.
Without him, slipping down an icy staircase, or being set. I mean, they were set fire to. I take that back.
Fire.
Or that stuff. Yeah, he.
That's kind of how Nobody ended as well, as a Home Alone parody.
At least you remember Nobody for the right.
Fair point.
And
I was more excited. No, not me neither. I was excited to see Doc Brown with a shotgun wasting motherfuckers. That put a smile on my face.
Fantastic.
He's defending those DeLoreans, man. That's what he should have done to the terrorists in the first place.
Hey, Bob Odenkirk, throw me a shotgun because I'm going to go and drop a bolt of lightning on their asses.
There you go. I love that Die Hard free throwback. Show a lightning bolt up your ass.
I was going on the Back to the Future reference, but okay.
I couldn't help myself. God. Thank you all for being on here. Where for all the dumbasses out there can they find your podcast? They're
not dumbasses. They're your fans. Never besmirch your fans.
I don't know that they're fans. They could be watching just because they see you guys are tagged in here. Anyway.
Ladies first, please, Tressa.
You can find the Asylum case studies just about anywhere you listen to podcasts. You can find me, and you can find those at asylumpod.com, which will basically just take you to my link tree. That's where you find me.
The good old Gutting the Sacred Cow podcast, guttingthesacredcow.com. You can find us on Apple, iTunes, Spotify, Spreaker, Stitcher, Google, whatever, YouTube. Guttingthesacredcow.com is all that. Gutting the Sacred Cow, we invite our guests to pick a film they find overrated or hate and try and convince us to see their argument. But here is the twist. The film must meet one of these criteria: widely beloved, critically acclaimed, or financial success. So no coming on and thinking you can dunk on Friday the 13th, Part 8. We all know it's a glorified piece of shit. We give a platform to people with unpopular opinions and see if they can defend it. Sometimes we agree with them. Sometimes we don't.
The best part is when you sound like you're going to agree, and of course then you're like, close but no cigar.
We do a Columbo, and just one more thing.
Nice.
Sometimes I like to think we don't tip our hand unless it's a blatant one that we've said before in many episodes past that we love, and then we just go guns fucking blazing on them. But I like to think we have a good poker face and whatnot.
It's pretty good.
Thank you.
Thank you all. This was a great round of just bullshitting for a minute and then talking about some other things wrong with Hollywood.
Well, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you for having us.
Zero political correctness. There you go.
Yep. Good. Fantastic.
keep roasting them. If not deep frying.
Is that like your version of smoke them if you got them?
Sure.
It is now.
And pending, Tressa, we better back the fuck off.
I'm going to write that down and mail it to myself now.
That's how much you're in love with yourself.
No reminder in calendar.
Yeah, this was Comedy Gold.
No arguments here. Thank you.
Follow us on the web on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram. The podcast is available on Podbean, Spotify, iHeartRadio, Anchor, Apple, and anywhere else podcasts are available. Feel free to review our show and leave comments on any of those sites. Thanks a million for listening.
It's a jacked up